Situated in sunny California, round 9 takes us to Auto Club Speedway. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eliza Bethel, and tonight it's just going to be me in the booth so far. Poor Pete, he is out sick, so everyone wish him well, and hopefully he gets better quickly. But it's going to be a fun one tonight. We're here at Auto Club. It's going to be fast, 94 laps, and these guys are getting ready to go qualifying. So let's take a look at who we have out here so far. This is going to be Rivers Jones. He's going to be on his out lap along with a few others. Forrest Smith, Dylan C. Robb, Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, Jordan McGraw, Brendan Book. We have quite a few out currently. Let's take a look at Rivers Jones and go on board with him as he makes the lap. We're going to have to talk about points later, but Rivers Jones, he's done so far a really solid job out here. And it's great to see him doing so well. I want to see him up in the top 5 tonight. I think that would be really awesome to see. We've had a new winner last week. Jimmy Cocker got a win. So great to see him out here. He punched his ticket into the playoffs. Round of 12 that is coming up in the next several races here, so it's going to be really cool to see how this all plays out. But so far several drivers have punched their ticket. You can see this is going to start off a little loose. Here he comes. We'll see what kind of lap times that these guys are starting to get. Jurgensmeyer, he's going to go to the top of the board with a 41.66. No surprise here. He's done a fantastic job so far this season. Has a win at Bristol, a very challenging short track, but man, he got it done there. So I know he's looking to get another win. We're gonna reload those overlays. It always does that. I don't know why, but Brendan Book, he is out there in second with a 41.27. We have Rivers Jones, who we were just on board with. He's got a 41.74. Jordan McGraw in fourth with a 41.75. And you can see Jurgensmeyer, he's got that lap out there. A solid run for him. Holding pole so far. We'll see if anyone takes that over. Steven Maggio, we didn't see him out there last week, but he is out there currently tonight running P4. I know, Chloe, Mr. Met, how are you guys? I appreciate you being here, Savage. I hope you guys are doing well. Looks like Brendan Book is going to take over that pole position, a 41.60. I can tell you in practice, these guys had a 41.25. We had Justin Anasagak and Josh Taylor out there in the top 2, and a couple of other drivers, Brendan Book out there for a while, fastest in practice, but qualifying so far is going to see Brendan Book. Jurgensmeyer is going to go down to third with a 41.66. Justin Anasagak goes to second, 41.61. Andrew Sanford in fourth. You see Jimmy Cocker out here currently making his laps. He's currently sitting P10. Chloe, I'm doing great. It's going to be a fun night. This is one of my favorite tracks out here. I'm just so sad to see that it is not out in the NASCAR schedule in real life. We all know, for the most part, that it is getting bulldozed, and they're going to make a new track in place of it. I don't like it, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a great track. There is Repeat in chat. Everyone is sick. It's crazy. Chloe, I hope you feel better. Francis Hamilton, he is out there on the board at P13. Joseph Turley in 17th. We have about 30 drivers out there, and 4 have yet to put down a lap time. We have Jose Ruiz in 20th, and I'll tell you what, these lap times are incredibly close. And coming up during the warm-up, we will have to talk about the points and how they are looking so far this season. Next week, we will be headed to the Glen. So that's going to be yet another road course on the schedule that we'll have to look forward to. I'm excited for it, and I know a lot of these drivers are. Jarrett Cardwell out. He's currently P24. Luke Allen, he is 19th currently. Here we go. It looks like, yeah, qualifying has finished. Brendan Book He's going to be on pole tonight with Justin Anasagak in second. And we're going to go ahead and go out to the warm-up. And as we're doing that, I want to take a look. Let's go ahead and do the track analysis here for Auto Club. Tonight, the length is going to be 94 laps. Now, I'll tell you what, tire wear is going to be huge. I mean, I talk about it every week, but it is going to be a thing that we're going to have to watch these drivers handle. But for 94 laps, no faster pairs, nothing new there for sure. For stage lengths, we're going to have 20 laps for stage 1, 20 laps for stage 2, and 54 for the final stage. And we're going to have 4 fresh Goodyear tire sets for these drivers tonight. You're going to see a lot of these guys practicing these temps. I can tell you're going to run a little hotter than what we normally see out there. It's going to be very interesting. I don't see a huge issue that will pop up for when you're behind someone unless you are just absolutely on their back bumper, but we're going to have to keep an eye on it. But I'm not going to see a huge issue, but by themselves, these guys will probably be running in the 220s or 230s for a water temp. Maddie, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Forgetting what day it is. It's Monday. I can't blame you, though. It's Monday. It's always crazy. All right, we'll see with these guys. Any lap times out here? None so far. Kind of surprised. I feel like they've been out there long enough, but we'll see. All right, while we're waiting for these guys in warm-up, I do want to take a look at the point standings so far. We do have a new leader in the point standings. That is going to be Justin Anasagak, 344 points. Jimmy Cocker, he's going to move up 1 spot into P2 in the standings, 317, 27 points behind the leader of Justin. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, he moves up 2 spots to P3 with 307 points. Brody Falliker, he also moves up 2 spots. He sits P4 with 306. Andrew Wisdom, we have not seen him for a couple of races, hoping to get him back out on track. He sits currently P5 with 279 points. Brendan Book in 6th. Micah, he is out there in 7th with 255 points. Francis Hamilton in 8th. Thomas Flitcroft, P9 with 228. And Josh Taylor, he moves up 1 spot into the top 10 with 202 points. Maddie says, it is the last full week before I move, so been a bit busy. I know, everyone doing these moves is kind of crazy. I hope everything goes smoothly for you. Absolutely wild. 2 minutes into the warm-up, Rivers Jones, a 42 flat. Jose Ruiz, 42.12, and we'll see what he's out here doing currently. Mike Papa Bear Campbell, you can see him out here, just had a charity race for Michael Ramsett out there, so I know it went well, and it's great to see that, raising money for a good cause. But you can see him in that 71 machine. Jeff No out there for TJ's team, sitting P7th in time in warm-up, 42.58. I'm excited, though. 94 laps, you guys. You'll have to let me know. Who do you think is going to win tonight? Let me know in chat. The drop-off for lap times will be kind of drastic. About 1.5 seconds by lap 25 on a run. So very interesting to see out there. We'll have to see how they do. So far, Wisdom, Brody Falliker, Jurgensmeyer, Micah, and Jimmy Cocker all have punched their ticket into the round of 12. I would love to see another new driver be able to do that tonight. Rivers Jones showing some speed out there. I know he's been having some good runs, so hopefully we can get him up there tonight. I want to see FTR. I know they've had some tough races out there. Hopefully we can get them up in the booth after the race. Miker, I know. Tongue-tied is crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, 10 seconds left on the clock, and we're going to go to grid with Brendan Book out there on pole leading the field. Would love to see another driver. I know I'd love to see different drivers take it, but I'll tell you what, you can see some of these drivers going into pit lane. It's going to be another thing, trying to get these guys woed down to pace speed and pit lane speed, getting on pit road. So that's going to be another interesting aspect of it. All right, warm up is finished. We're getting ready to do 94 laps, but we have to get that grid going. Brendan Book will be leading the field tonight here at Auto Club. Always a fun race, but let's get this moving. Brendan Book and that 5 car, he is out here on pole for C Motorsports. Justin Anasagak out on his outside. Row 2, we're going to have Jonathan Jurgensmeyer with Andrew Sanford to his outside. Row 3 is going to have Stephen Maggio with Joe Berg. Row 4 is going to have Rivers Jones in that 91 machine with Jordan McGraw on his outside. Row 5 is going to be Tom Flitcroft in the 8 car with Jimmy Cocker in the 11. And in row 6 is going to be Forrest Smith with Matthew Upliger in that 20 machine. And in 13th, we're going to have Francis Hamilton in that 48 with Matthew Gale in the 67. Chris Karch is going to be P15th with Brody Falliker starting P16th. In 17th, we have Joseph Turley in that 97 car with Josh Taylor in P18 in that 2 machine. In 19th, we have Luke Allen, that 7 car with Jose Ruiz in the 23. And P21st, we have John Honeycutt in that 50 car with Jeff No in the 14. And P23 is going to be Dylan C. Robb in the 16 with Jarrett Cardwell in that 12 machine. 24th, we're going to have 23rd, is going to be Dylan C. Robb with Jarrett Cardwell to his outside. 25th is Philip Bridgman in that 9 car with Micah in that 61 machine to his outside. 27th is Connor Cunningham with 28th being Mike Campbell. And last but certainly not least is going to be Chuck Cody in the 29th position in that 31 vehicle. So that is going to be the field tonight, just shy of 30 cars here. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Everyone buckle your seatbelts. It's going to be a wild ride. I'm not expecting too many cautions, but let me know what you think here. Brendan Book, you can see him getting ready in that 5 machine as these guys get lined up, ready to roll. Here they come, making their way down. Pace car pulls off, and he's going to have Justin to Brendan's outside as we get ready to go green here for 94 laps at Auto Club. Here we go. Man, the outside getting wild. You see Jordan McGraw already a huge pileup. What happened? That start, you guys, absolutely insane. Let's see if we can find out. I saw Jordan McGraw already. Not a good start, but let's see what happened here. You can see that 3 car, just chaos on up ahead. Let's see if we can find out, go on board with Matthew Gale as he makes his way over there. Yeah, just a huge checkup as I'm thinking it's got to start with Jordan McGraw. We're going to have to go on board with him and see if we can find out what exactly happened out here. Looks like it starts on that inside, but several cars involved. Really unfortunate. So early in the race. Man, you hate to see it. Not a good start here so far. These guys going to come around lap 2, and they are under caution. Brendan Book will lead us back to green. I don't suspect that anyone that has no caution or no damage will be coming in. So these, at least the top 10 will be staying out, but we're going to have Brendan Book out here leading the field back to green. Justin Anasagak in second. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, very interesting. He's going to make his way on in. Not sure if he incurred any damage anywhere, but he looks clean from this angle. Maybe a fuel situation, but even that, I believe you get around 40-something laps here. We only need 20 for stage 1. Wild start so far. A lot of drivers in pit lane. We have 17 drivers who have stayed out. 18 on back are into pit lane. There's got to be a lot of damaged cars out here as they make their way back to the field. The biggest dropper will be Jonathan Jurgensmeyer as he drops 17 spots as he makes his way out from pit lane. Here's the field so far that did not go into pit road. No damage, I assume, for most, if not all, of these drivers. But man, tough start here. Brendan Book, he's had also a solid season. He's talked about how good of a season he's had. He sits currently P6 in standings. He actually lost 2 spots, though. He was unable to show up last week. Went on vacation, so he does have 3 top 5s and 6 top 10. So a great season so far for him, and I do believe he'll make up those spots that he has lost. Especially if he continues to do well tonight. I mean, he's had a great run so far in the races he has done. Starts on pole tonight, and tonight is going to be a lot about taking care of those tires. High side will be fast, but it will wear that right front tire. You're going to see guys drive the bottom, middle, perhaps to pass, and that top side if you really, really need that run coming off that exit. Let me know in chat who is going to be your favorite driver tonight, who you're rooting for. These guys getting lined up double file should go back shortly to green. Unfortunately, already one caution. It's always those races you think are going to go clean that you get that caution early on, but yeah. I think once we get that restart through, we'll be good to go. See these drivers lining back up, nose to tail, as they're making their way through. Mr. Med putting that FTR out there in chat. You gotta love it. Pace car's going to pull off, and here we go. The top row going to lead the field with Brendan Book on that high side. He chooses to take the outside lane. Hopefully that outside gets a better start, and you can see a lot of movement. Man, oh man, very interesting to see, but so far a better start than what we had, but a lot of movement as these guys are vying for position, trying to get their car to go where they want it. I can tell you it starts off loose, goes down to very tight, and we already have a 3-way battle. The 8, the 48, and Forrest Smith in that 81, but so far they are good to go. You guys have ever seen Auto Club, you know it is always tight racing, 2, 3, sometimes I've even seen 4 wide. On board with Forrest Smith. He's up 1 position from where he started. Sitting P10 currently. He's going to take that high side. He's got Matthew on his inside. High side is nice. You get that nice momentum coming off that exit. However, you continuously do that, it will wear down those tires, so they will have to watch that. Take a look at that field. Absolutely insane. And we do have a battle for the lead here. Justin and Brendan going side by side. Justin's got a nose out. Will Brendan have that high side momentum? He's got a little bit of help from Steven Maggio. I don't know if he's going to be able to keep it, though. Steven brings it down low. He's going to play both sides, trying to get that good entry into that first corner. Justin going to bring it up high just a little bit. The 51 going to bring that up high, give that draft help to Brennan Book on that high side. Justin, no help whatsoever. You can see Honeycutt's going to dive it down low in that green machine back there. Brendan Book to the lead. Steven Maggio, P2. Justin goes to third. No help for him. He's going to fall back in line. On board with Steven Maggio. It's difficult early on to take it all the way to the white line, but as the race moves on, I think we'll see more drivers take advantage of that white line driving. You can see Jordan McGraw coming back out on track. Must have had some damage from that lap 1 incident. Lap 8 of 94. It is going to be an extremely tight race. Almost 3 wide. We have a couple of drivers taking it down to the apron. It can get pretty sketchy down there, but these guys are holding on to it really, really well. 2 wide, and it's going to start at P3. Justin is going to go 2 wide. That is not for position, though. Jordan McGraw is, I do believe, at least a lap down here. Joe Berg, we've talked about him. You've heard Pete and I talk about him race after race, just doing a really solid job. He's up here in 6, right where he qualified, moves up to P5 as he is 2 wide with him and Francis Hamilton in that 48. Take a look at how crowded this track is. Not a lot of places to go here. E10, and we're on board with Forrest Smith once again. You can hear those tires. He's letting off. These guys really upset cars. That 91, a little bit of damage. That's going to be Rivers Jones as he tries to bring it down that track. Forrest Smith going to stay up high. 2 wide battle up ahead. That's going to be Tom Flitcroft in that 91 machine of Rivers Jones. Trying to thin out that line out, get single file, use that draft to your advantage. Take a look at this. I'm going to take a step back here. That 20 and 61 going 2 wide. Luke Allen, that 7 car, hard hit into the wall. How in the world is that not a caution? How did they hold on to it? No one spun around. They're going to continue on, but man, huge implications for Luke Allen, who continues to fall back. A ton of damage. He goes back to P24 after being in the top 10, I do believe. Man, rough start for him tonight. Lap 12 of 94. Remember, guys, the end of stage 1 will be at the end of lap 20. Our top 10 drivers will get those bonus points, but I'll tell you what, take a look at this top 10. I mean, just absolutely on top of each other, and it's only going to get more aggressive the closer we get to lap 20. On board with our leader, Brendan Book, taking a look out back. Steven Maggio still in that 2nd spot, but Justin Anasagak is trying to make a move happen, trying to get in that P2 spot. You see Jordan McGraw in that 34 car trying to get his lap back, making it past the leader. Not yet able to do so, but he's going to try to work on them car by car, position by position. Lap 13 of 94. Brennan Book with a nice lead. You can see the field behind him separated This field separated by a couple of packs. Extremely tight here. Stage 1. Jordan McGraw probably going to have to stay out, try to get that lap back. If he can make it past Brendan Book, huge help for him. McGraw's down 2 laps, so that will try to get him a lap back. I don't know if he's going to be able to do it. We'll find out, but the lap times here fall off pretty quickly, so you'll have to do it soon. How about that? John Honeycutt up 18 positions from where he started. He currently sits P3. Great moves in these first several laps. Luke Allen on pit lane. We saw him with a hard hit into the wall. He's making his way back out on track. Still got some damage on that front end. Did not repair at all. He will have to come back down and probably do some repairs the next time he's in pit lane. Brendan Book, he's got Jordan McGraw in front of him. That puts Jordan down a lap this time. So he gains a lap back. That's going to help him out in this race after a very tough start. Take a look at this. Tom Flitcroft, and we're going to have Francis Hamilton. A huge battle between these guys. Francis is going to take it up high. He's going to need that help from that 93 machine to try to get that draft and momentum. David, how are you? I hope you're doing well. A wild race. We had a caution to start off the race. Kind of crazy, but things have calmed down a bit. Here we are, lap 16. Once we hit lap 18, no driver is allowed to pit. So if they want to pit, they're going to have to do it now. On board with Francis Hamilton, he sits P8. Micah, who is directly in front of him in that 61 machine. You see him down there below. He has gained 19 spots from where he started, so a lot of big movers up here. Take a look at Francis Hamilton as he is just all over the wheel, trying to keep hold of this machine. Pretty wild. The 11 of Jimmy Cocker directly beside the 48 machine. Gonna go too wide in just a second. He is gonna pull in behind that 48 car, possibly get some momentum as we come around the start-finish line to 18. One into turn 1. Back here, Chris Karch, directly where he started. P15, and what a battle going on around him. We have the 20 car of Matthew Opliger, Jarrett Cardwell in 17th, Connor Cunningham in 18th, and that 3 machine. Let's bring it back up here to our leaders. That is going to be Brendan Book, still leading the field here. Steven Maggio having a fantastic run. P2, he is up 3 spots from where he started. Justin Anasagak, P3, he's down 1 spot, but can make that up pretty quickly. John Honeycutt gonna go side by side. Man, oh man, a huge run for him in this first stage. 1 more lap to go, and that 93 is gonna go on the outside as John Honeycutt cuts it really close, getting in front of him. That 93 with huge momentum. That is going to be Joe Berg. Will he be able to complete the pass? It's going to be close, and Honeycutt is going to have that outside momentum and a little bit of draft help. Chloe, this is crazy. Brendan Book at the finish of lap 20, heading in the 21st. Once we get the first 10 drivers through stage 1, will be complete. These drivers will get bonus points. Our leader, Brendan Book, he will get 10 points. And the driver in 10th, who is currently Andrew Sanford, as long as he finishes it, that position, a little bit of contact between these guys. How about that? That is Auto Club for you, but our 10th place driver in stage 1 will receive 1 bonus point. Brendan Book, here he comes around. Past the start finish line, he will get 10 points. Caution is out, and you can see him 3 wide.
It's all on you, man.
That is going to be the end of stage 1. Bonus points to our top 10 drivers. A wild start in stage on the first lap, I should say, but pretty smooth after that, I can tell you. You're going to see a lot of 2 and 3 wide tonight. A lot of action. David, I'm so sorry to hear you are struggling right now. Big hugs to you. Hope everyone is doing all right. Stay safe from that hurricane. I know a lot of people out there, but yeah. If you need to evacuate, please do so. All right, let's go through this order. Second caution, that's going to bring out the start of stage 2. Brendan Book leading the field, the most laps led so far. Steven Maggio, he is going to be P2. We're going to have Justin Inesagok in 3rd. John Honeycutt 4th. Joe Berg, he's going to be P5. Tom Flitcroft in 6th. We're going to have Micah in 7th. Francis Hamilton is going to be 8th with Jimmy Cocker 9th. And Andrew Sanford going to round out the top 10. 11th is going to feature Forrest Smith with 12th. Rivers Jones. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, we saw him go in early on. Very interesting move on his part. Down 10 spots, but he sits P13. Jeff No in 14th. Chris Karch, 15th. Hunter Cunningham in 16th. Jarrett Cardwell, 17th. In 18th, we're going to have Matthew Opliger. And these guys, a mad dash in the pit lane. You can see it here. Jose Ruiz, 19th in line. Philip Bridgman, 20th. Josh Taylor, who was super fast in practice. Kind of curious if he'll be making his way to the front. Mike Papa Bear Campbell, Chuck Cody, Joseph Turley. See if I can get on board with him. These guys keep moving around. Brody Falliger, not a great start for him, but he's going to be out there. Currently P26, still out on track. P27th is going to be Jordan McGraw. 28th is going to be Luke Allen with that hard hit earlier on. I will not be surprised when we see him go in to repair that damage. Brendan Book, here he comes back out on track. Gonna lead that field once again. Gonna be interesting to see in the final stage when we possibly will make a pit stop under green. How they get their car woed down. And, you know, I've talked about it before. It changes a lot of things. You have to nail every aspect of pit road and a green flag stop. You gotta get your car woed down enough and make sure you go in quick enough also. It's a fine line. Then you gotta make sure you get into your spot just perfectly. There's a lot of drivers who will go past their spot, but man, very challenging. All right, let's see if we can get Brendan Book in the booth here. He's led so far every lap. Brendan, it's Eliza in the booth. How you doing out there?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Great. How's your car feeling out there? You've had some speed so far.
Yeah, no, it's a little tight, tighter than I expected because qualifying was a little loose, but I mean, it's doing good. It seems like everyone has the same issue out there. Hopefully I can keep it up this race and, you know, get my first win of the season.
Absolutely. We've had a good season so far, and I think a win is definitely in store for you, and I wish you a ton of luck out there.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. We'll get you back in your team chat, but you heard it there from Brendan Book. So far, a great run for him. Doing great in the point standings. Did miss last week, and you can tell he's happy to be back and doing well. All right, you guys seen so far, we're on lap 24 of 94. Who's your driver? Who's your team? Chloe. sharing those team logos in the chat. You gotta love it. Britton Book takes that outside for the restart. Steven Maggio going to be on his inside. No surprise there. That outside is going to be the preferred lane starting off. Real, how are you? It's been a minute. Hope you're doing well out there. Getting ready to go back to green for the start of stage 2. Britton Book will lead the field. Here we go. Steven Maggio, a hard hit on that outside. I don't know what it is.
Caution's out.
On these restarts, huge pileup.
Pretty clean and stuff, guys. Your blower, they're going to drop down some.
See if we can find out who and what happened here. '97 involved, the 67 once again. A frustrating night for a lot of these drivers. You can see them moving through the field. Man, oh man. I would love to know what's going on here. Try to get another point of view. Just, you always see the chaos up high, and then all of a sudden the inside lane absolutely explodes. Yeah, I don't know if it's a misshift or some tire spin, but man, oh man. It's on lap 1, and then here it is, lap 1 of stage 2. Really unfortunate to see, and a reminder, you know, we do have race control out here. If you were found at fault for an incident, you will receive an EOL for the first incident. For the second, I do believe it is a drive-through, if I'm not mistaken. So we're gonna re-rack them, stack them again, and get this moving once again. Steven Maggio still in that P2 spot. Justin Anasagok in third. Forrest Smith, we have a couple of drivers that are gonna go in here. You can see some damage for Forrest Smith. Jarrett Cardwell, Philip Bridgman, he makes his way in. Ah, man. Yeah, I feel like it's always a thing. You know, some of these drivers, you will try to start off and first gear here, and it's not going to work. I don't know if that was the case for these drivers, but yeah. It is definitely a theme. When you see something happen in lap 1, it can get crazy. You can see Pete out on track says track temp is 120. If they're in first gear restart, that may be too hot. Absolutely correct. Speaking of that, let's take a look at the race conditions here. We'll bring up the track map. You can see who is in, who is out on pit lane, and let's see if I can bring up the track map here. Not the track map, but yeah. It's not even showing for me. Okay, then. Phone died on your way home. That is crazy. Well, good to have you back. Oh, man. Lap 27 of 94. I'll tell you what, though. This race is going quickly. Britton Book sounded very confident for how his car was tonight. Everyone having the same issue. A little tight, and the longer the run, the tighter it's going to get. Starting off, though, it is loose for the first couple of laps, especially down low, so you might find these guys finding that grip out on the outside, which is exactly why Britton Book is choosing the outside. I'm going to try to take a different view here this time around. Take that blimp view. See if we can find out what's going on around track. You can see a lot of drivers trying to catch up from being out in pit lane. A few drivers getting some damage out there, but Jeff No makes his way into the top 10 in that 14 machine. Jose Ruiz up 9 spots. Just on the outside of the top 10, sitting P11 Josh Taylor up 6 spots from where he started. Connor Cunningham up 14 spots. Looks like our biggest mover, though, so far of the night is going to be Micah Allard, up 19 spots in that 61 machine. Lights are out on the pace car. Should be going green this time around. Ah, man. Telling you what, these restarts. We'll get it. We will get it moving, right? Here they come around.
Green flag.
Once again, this is stage 2. Plenty of racing left to do. Such a more smooth start for these drivers. Brennan Book still in that lead currently. Steven Maggio just looking so confident out there. You can just tell. He does well at this track. Justin Anasagak sitting third currently. Tom's parents, how you doing? Oh my gosh, is that like 8 in the back? That was like 8 wide. Let's take a look, see if we can find out what is going on back here. These guys just fanning out, trying to go for every position that they can. Just absolute insanity. On board currently with Rivers Jones sitting 21st. Maddie, you're telling me. I mean, it's one of the reasons why I love Auto Club. There's just so many lines you can take. But that is probably the widest I've seen these guys take these cars. That's intense. So intense out there. You gotta love it. Starting to thin out a little bit. 2 wide. Several cars. We have Andrew Sanford on that high side. Rivers Jones on the inside. Forrest Smith in that 81 that was going 2 wide. Let's take it back up to our lead. Make sure we're keeping up with the action here. And as I was guessing, it is 2 wide. That's going to be Steven Maggio. A little bit of a nose out. He's on that inside. Brendan Book on the outside. These guys battling for that lead. And Brendan take advantage of that high side momentum. Steven Maggio finds himself underneath with 0 help. Can he hold on to it? Take a look at that battle, how incredibly close it is. Almost a little bit of contact, but these guys still going side by side. Justin Anasagak going to take complete advantage of that. Almost takes it 3 wide on that high side. Not able to get it done. He's going to still fall in behind Steven Maggio. Man, oh man, what a battle out here. Rip Auto Club, it's crazy. Tom's parents, I hope you guys are doing well out here. Let's take a look. Tom Flitty, P5 currently. You can see him in that 8 machine. About to go 3 wide. That 48 going to stick it in there. That's going to put Tom Flitcroft on the middle. He's going to go on the high side now. That lane has cleared. The 93 moves up here. Man, oh man, you guys. I'm telling you, you got to love it. Take a look down that backstretch as these guys are just flying through a long train going through. Man, take a look. Looks like Francis Hamilton going to take that outside, trying to make that momentum work. You do have to watch it, though. If you take advantage of that high side for too long, it will make it so your tires wear down. Quite a battle. Tom Flitcroft going to battle for that position. Side by side, 3 wide, a little bit of contact throughout these 3 cars. 48 is going to be in the middle. Francis Hamilton. So much action for him tonight. Battles left and right. He's going to have some help from his teammate. That's going to be Jimmy Cocker in that 11 machine directly behind him. Jimmy Cocker just coming off of last week's win. Great momentum and standings for him. He sits, I do believe, P2. If I'm not mistaken, I'll have to look at the point standings. But man, great run for him so far this season. Steven Maggio, he's going to be out there in the lead. Brendan Book, way up high. That's going to cost him a couple of spots. He's going to have some momentum coming off that exit, but it is not going to be enough to take over that lead. But he is going to challenge Justin, hopefully. But Justin, look at that power move to the inside. He's going to take over that lead. These guys battling once again for position. Man, oh man, take a look at this. Absolutely intense. Nowhere to go, and we're going to have the top 10 or so cars, man, right in this top spots. Justin Anasogak down on that bottom. Steven Maggio in the middle. Brennan Book on that high side. This is for the lead. Justin going to clear him. Man, oh man. Justin was such a strong season, no doubt. He's going to have a battle behind him, and that is going to help Justin out as these guys go 2 wide. And John Honeycutt, he's going to make it 3 wide. 4P2. Now you guys know why I love Auto Club. You can take your car anywhere. Justin Anasogak currently leading the field, and he is the leader in the point standings. Man, Flitcroft gonna take it down way low, trying to make a move. Let's take a look on board with him. You can see all over that wheel. Micah gonna go in the grass. 4 wide. The A car's gonna get spun. Tom Flitcroft. Nowhere to go. Teammates make contact. Micah and Tom Flitcroft. That is gonna bring out our 3rd caution of the night. Man, absolutely insane. Let's see if we can bring it back, find out what exactly happened. You can see Micah on the grass there, trying to get back out on track. Tom kind of panics. He goes up the track, almost loses it, comes down. So unfortunate to see there. Three, 4 wide, you guys. This is crazy. Great racing so far, but unfortunately for Tom Flitcroft, he's going to get a little bit of damage here. You can see that left bumper pushed up. Not sure it's going to do too terribly much, but he will have to go in and get that repaired. Meanwhile, Justin Anasogak leading the field as we are under caution. John Honeycutt makes his way up into 2nd. See if these guys go into pit lane. Will we have any takers? John Honeycutt making a little bit of contact with Justin Anasogak. Steven Maggio, great race for him. Really great to see. He does have a good long run car, Pete. Absolutely. I mean, he has made up 19 spots. The only one that has made up any more spots than he has is Micah, and he had a fantastic save after being in that grass. So a huge dash down pit lane as these drivers are going to go fill up with fuel possibly, or just get tires. We'll find out what they do. But Micah, you can see first one in his pit stall there. Find out who is going to be the first one out. Chloe says he's like, I'm going to take the first place. You're absolutely correct. You can see our pole sitter and the driver who led quite a few laps in stage 1. coming out, but it will be Justin Anasagak who leads the run off of pit lane. John Honeycutt in second. Great run so far. See if we can get Justin in the booth here. He's currently going to be leading the field back to green. Justin, it's Eliza in the booth. How you doing out there?
I'll be better if it wasn't so tight.
I'm hearing from a lot of drivers it is extremely tight out there. I know you like a looser car. We've talked about it before, but do you think you can hold on to the lead out here?
I don't know. The 50 is pretty quick on the long run, and I think me, the 5 and the 51 burned it up a little bit. But the 50 is definitely better than us on the long run.
Yeah, he's got a nice long run car. Did you take any tires this time around when you went in?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Absolutely. Well, I wish you a ton of luck. You've had a fantastic season leading the standings so far and leading the field right now. So good luck tonight in the race.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, you guys heard it from Justin. It's a tight car out there, much different from the first couple of laps. It starts off a little loose, especially on that inside, but it tightens up in the long run. You also hear it that that 50 machine is strong on that long run. See what he can do. A little surprised that Justin Anasagak will be starting on the inside. We'll see if he changes his mind, but I see the pace lights are out, so I do believe his time has passed to choose that outside. See what happens here. Love his M&M car. I know. That is a nice paint scheme. Kyle Busch scheme right there. You can see the field here. We have a couple of drivers still making their way into the back of the field, just shy of 30 cars that took grid tonight. Our top 5 drivers: Justin, John Honeycutt, Stephen Maggio, Brennan Book, and Joe Berg. These cars should be making their way in this time. We'll see. And we will go green once again. Lap 42, coming to lap 42 as we head to green.
Green.
Fingers crossed that we have a solid start, because man, oh man, it's been a little brutal tonight as far as that goes. But often we are running, and I'm in the wrong camera here. But here we go, back to green. Already 3 wide. I'll tell you, these guys, they cannot change lanes until they get past that start finish line. But 3 wide for the 00, the 61, and the 11. A lot of movement. Drivers trying to go wherever they can. Changes his mind. Man, oh man. All over the place trying to get whatever position they can. I mean, it's one of these things where you have to take advantage of it as quickly as you can, because as you heard Justin say, that tire wear, it's easy to run the tires off. You lose so much time just within the first 10 laps of a run. It is very difficult. You can see it's pretty loose. We're on board with Connor Cunningham in that 3 machine. He currently sits P11, and he is all over that wheel trying to keep it underneath him. Justin Anasagak, a nice lead for him, but Stephen Maggio not letting him get away. But John Honeycutt putting the pressure on Stephen Maggio, saying, hey, I'm coming for that second spot. We'll see how far they take this, but man. David, you have to let me know what you forgot. If it's the rule about staying in line until the start-finish line. Yeah, you cannot switch lanes, cannot overtake position until you cross that line on a restart. 3 wide, it looks like. You can see Jeff No in that 14 machine. Brody Falliker He's down 3 spots from where he started, and you know that we usually see him out front. Kind of curious what has happened tonight. I know he entered late, possibly not a lot of practice. Possibly involved in that lap 1 incident, but so far, he's running good. You can see the field down the backstretch. It looks like a couple of drivers may have made contact with that wall coming out of 2. You can see Matthew Gale in that 67 Cookie Monster machine. He's got the 97 of Joseph Turley to his outside, a few drivers behind him and a few in front of him. No, don't do that with a rolled up newspaper. Yeah, it can get crazy. Take a look at that field. John Honeycutt running that middle line. Steven Maggio, these guys just trying to keep that clean air, trying to do all that they can. That dirty air can make you pretty tight or loose depending on the track. Let's go on the rear of Justin Anasagak. A little bit of contact. He's going to go too wide with Steven Maggio. He's got some help from John Honeycutt. We'll see how much help that's going to be. You've noticed that these guys, they'll run that high side, then dive it down low. And yeah, he's going to bring it up high. Justin going to have no help. John Honeycutt going to try to take over that P2 spot. Not sure if he's going to have enough momentum. He's got help behind and in front. Not going to be enough this time to go. NASCAR never loved you. Oh no. Steven Maggio out in that lead, looking so solid. Up in the top 3 to 5 this entire night. Want to switch camera angle here and go to the static TV cam. As these guys make their way around, just take a look. The speed they have. It's so incredibly tight here. You are not safe anywhere. Still out in the lead. Looks like John Honeycutt going to dive it down low, trying to challenge him for the lead, but he's going to be just behind him. He's going to have to take care of that car in the long run. Try not to use those tires up too much. The higher you go in that track, the more you're going to wear that right front down. Top 10 cars in that first pack, it looks like. You can see Rivers Jones. He's got Matthew Opliger, who's going to lead that second pack. Getting very interesting out there as these guys trying to catch up to that front pack. They're going to have to work together. They can do it. They're not too far behind, and he should have that draft. Just have to make sure they don't battle it out to try to get back up there. Brennan Book, you can see him out there currently P4, down 3 spots. He started on pole, but Micah up 21 spots, our biggest mover of the night. Currently sits in P5. On board the blimp camera, that is a battle for P2 between John Honeycutt and Justin Anasagak. Almost a little bit of contact. Justin going to bring it up high. You have to have a good angle as you're heading into those corners. You enter at a shallow angle and it will not go well. You'll have to give up a lot of speed. Justin going to fall back in behind, put him in P3. Brennan Book is going to be 4th. Micah in 5th. Francis Hamilton, you can see him up there in 6th. Joe Berg, we've talked about him a couple of times, having a great run tonight, down 1 spot, but he is in P7. Top 10 so far, great day. Jimmy Cocker up 2 spots, and he's coming off a win from last week, sitting P8. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, we saw him go in early on, still wondering where that happened. He's going to be currently sitting P9. Matthew Opliger sitting 10th. Rivers Jones 11th. A switch for the lead here. Let's take a look. John Honeycutt, a quick second, had that lead, but these guys going side by side. Steven Maggio still holds on to that lead, and John Honeycutt gonna chase him. They will have to watch it. That quarter panel, so easy to catch. One of these guys will be finished if they catch the opponent's quarter panel. Shove them right into the wall. Nice shove by Justin. Ooh, huge movement back here. Let's see if we can find out what is going on. Not sure if these guys were just trying to go for position, but lap 53 of 94. Let's see what these guys can do out here. Steven Maggio still in the lead. John Honeycutt side by side. This is for P2. Once again, you can see 2 by 2. Several throughout the field. You're going to see that a lot. It's Auto Club. You can take it anywhere. This is where John Honeycutt, we're going to find out how much has he worn those tires down. Justin said he wore his down too much in stage 1. So far looking solid out here, sitting P2. Can he hold on to that? On board, Steven Maggio out his rear view. Taking a look at Justin Anasagak in that foreign machine. John Honeycutt side by side. That's going to be Micah directly next to him. So fun to battle it out here, but I can tell you, if you're trying to go for those front spots and you keep going in these 2 and 3 wide battles, it can be a little frustrating. It's fun, but man, you know it's going to wear down those tires, and at some point, when are you going to say, I'm going to let you go and we'll duke it out later? That's what I'm feeling right now. When is Honeycutt going to say, maybe I'm going to have to save a little bit of tire? Or maybe he has saved enough that he's going to be okay. Micah, he's got a lot of speed in the long run. You can see him. He's gained so many spots. Both these drivers, an average of 20 spots between them. 18 for Honeycutt and 22 for Micah. Brendan Book, he's got his teammate directly next to him in that 61 car, going to be able to provide some help, trying to make his way through that field. Started pole, led several laps. Now he's going to try to battle to stay in the top 5. Go inboard. Woo! Very, very close with his teammate. Man, oh man! I'll tell you, when I say you can easily hit that quarter panel, I am not lying when I tell you that. That was extremely close. That would have sent his teammate flying. This is where you do not want to give up. Anytime you are staying on that throttle. We talked about temps earlier on. Racing is extremely tight. That was a 61 jump scare. No doubt about it. Kind of curious how many of these drivers are perhaps Going a little too much on the temperature here, but man, oh man, almost 3 wide between the 6150 and that 5 machine. Perhaps a little bit of contact, which singled them out. One thing is still remaining, and it's going to be Steven Maggio in the lead. If he does get that win tonight, it will be his first win in the league here at SnB. Obviously a great long run car. Coming up on lap 60 of 94. Single file line. I want to go in, let's take a look at round 22. It's going to be Tom Flitcroft in 22nd. You saw him kind of jerk the car as he saw his teammate coming back out on track from hitting the grass. Tom had to go up, almost lost control, and unfortunately hit his teammate, got a little bit of damage, and finds himself in 22nd. Philip Bridgman, 23rd. Jordan McGraw, not a great start for him. He was perhaps involved in that lap 1 incident. Currently sitting 24th. Joseph Turley in 25th. Down 8 spots from where he started. We saw him in an earlier incident. Still got that damage on that left rear. Mike Papa Bear Campbell, 26th. Chuck Cody in 27th. Luke Allen down 9 spots, and you can see a lot of damage on that machine. You know he is struggling in that car, currently sitting P28th. Dylan C. Robb sitting 29th, and he is down a few laps here. Oh my goodness, his character on here, I'm dying right now. We'll smash Dylan. Back to our leader. Sitting first here, Steven Maggio. 4 spots up from where he started in that 51 machine, Justin Anisagak. Right where he started. Sitting P2. Micah with a great run so far. Sitting P3, Brennan Book 4th. Jimmy Cocker up 5 spots. We're seeing him make his way through the field. Can he get a top 5 after his win last week? Or can he do one better and get another win? It's really funny, as I was talking to him last week and I said, you know, your win is coming. It's going to be next. I literally said your win is next, and he won last week. Not to jinx anyone. Here we are. Joe Berg in 6th. Francis Hamilton. Seen him out in the top 10 all night. He sits P7. Jonathan Jurgensmeyer in 8th. Matthew Opliger in 9th. And John Honeycutt, we saw him up in the top 2 and 3. He is now battling for that 10th spot. Matthew Opliger in that 20 machine in 9th. John Honeycutt in 10th. Josh Taylor, so fast in practice. He's out here P11 in the race. Connor Cunningham, a solid race for him tonight. Up 15 spots, sitting P12. Brody Falliker, 13th. And Jose Ruiz, 14th. Rivers Jones, 15th. Andrew Stanford in 16th. Rivers Jones, did I take a look? He is making his way in pit lane. First stop, and yeah, here we go. We have another taker for pit lane. That's going to be Philip Bridgman on his way in. Our leader, Steven Maggio, still out. Lap 64 of 94, just over 30 laps left. Still a little early to come in, but no doubt we're going to start seeing these one and only pit stops, hopefully, for this final stage here. Francis Hamilton, here he goes. He's making his way on in. The entry to Auto Club is a little awkward. You can see him down low on that apron and making their way on in. I would not be surprised. We've seen a couple of drivers in practice hit that barrier on their way into pit lane. Hopefully we don't see that out here in the race. All right, you guys in chat, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. You're still there with me? Let me know. Is Steven Maggio going to get his first win? We're going to see another new winner. You know, I love to see it. I do believe we've seen 5 or 6 different winners. Maybe 7. Justin Anasagak. Pit lane for him. We're going to start to see these drivers make their way on in. Like I said, that one and hopefully only pit stop. Some of these drivers challenging for that lead and for position. Wow, Micah cutting it so close over Steven Maggio. Almost catastrophe. Steven Maggio going to have the nose out, but they're going to go side by side for that lead. Lap 66 coming to 67. 3 wide, and that is not going to be for position in that 48 car as he has gone in. Not sure, but I see that Jonathan Jurgensmeyer, yeah, he is out for the night. Unfortunate to see. He does have a win this season. Hate to see his night cut short. 6 different winners. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate it. I knew it is around there. Did Jimmy Cocker win last week at Dover? Brody Falliker, 2 wins this season. His first win was going to be at Rockingham. His second at Vegas. Talked about Jonathan Jurgensmeyer. He is out of this race, but he did win his race at Bristol. Micah, he won at Charlotte, our longest race of the season. You can see he is leading currently here at Auto Club. Known to be fast, known to be aggressive. He is not going to sit idle as he is challenged for this lead, and Steven Maggio is going to switch positions with him once again. His teammate, he's going to go in, Micah. Out onto pit lane, Matthew Opliger is going to follow suit here. That's going to put Steven Maggio safely in the lead. He's got Brennan Book directly behind him, though. Coming to lap 70 of 94. Jimmy Cocker is going to see 3rd currently. Joe Berg 4th. Brody Falliker going to round out the top 5. Here we go. Brennan Book side by side with our leader, Steven Maggio. He is going to take the lead. I have a feeling Steven Maggio maybe into pit lane, and there he goes with Jimmy Cocker almost side by side entering pit lane. John Honeycutt following. Andrew Sanford, you can see him back there also. All takers. We now officially have 25 to go, and this is where things are going to start to spread out. We're going to see how well these guys managed to get into pit lane, how well they made it into the pit box. Did they have any damage? Did they get a penalty? How are they going to come out? Several drivers, Andrew Sanford, Maggio, Jimmy Cocker, John Honeycutt. Here they come, making their way out. You can see Jimmy Cocker. He has left pit lane. Great stop for him. Joe Berg, he's going to be the leader currently. Brennan Book, Brody Falliker, Jose Ruiz, all drivers headed down pit lane. Matthew Gale, Chris Karch. Joe Berg gonna grab a point for leading a lap. Hunter Cunningham, let's take a look. I want to take a look to see how many laps these guys have made. 31 for our top 8 drivers or so. 31 laps. Final stage, and we'll see how this goes. This is my favorite part. I want to see how it turns out with 23 to go. Joe Berg gonna enjoy the limelight out here. Having a phenomenal season. You can see he's got a couple of drivers directly ahead of him that just did go in. That's going to be John Honeycutt up there, Brendan Book. Joseph Berg kind of feathering that throttle, trying to make sure he keeps that car under control. And this is the point of the race where you got to decide how much time are you willing to give up. Those fresh tires are everything. Joe Berg remains out. You see Tom Flitcroft right behind him. That is not for position. Tom Flitcroft is a lap down, sitting P13, and he is going to get that lap back. Good news for Tom. We'll see when Joe Berg makes his way on in. Forrest Smith is going to be in third. Jose Ruiz going to get that lap back. Another lap down, another lap that Joe Berg, Forrest Smith, Connor Cunningham. He's into the grass, misses pit lane. Huge implications for him. Still sitting fifth, but you know as he's making his way through the grass, that is going to cost him a ton of time. Chuck Cody makes his way on down pit lane. Joe Berg, we'll see, will this be the time that he makes his way? Doesn't look like it. Gonna stay out once again. Okay. Very interesting. New drivers up in the top five. Forrest Smith gonna be in second. You can see quite a bit back from our leader. Jeff Noe in third. Jordan McGraw sitting P4th after a tough lap one start for him, but making his way back up here. Justin Anasagak, one of the drivers going in, he was leading out in the top five here. Going to be P5, Francis Hamilton 6th, Micah in 7th, Jimmy Cocker 8th. So we're still waiting for quite a few drivers to make their way into pit lane, and that's going to really switch things up. Joe Berg, our leader, trouble going into pit lane for him. Will he receive a penalty for an unsafe pit entry or perhaps speeding? We'll find out, but man, great save on his end. For Smith, he is the new leader, 19 to go. How about that? Absolutely insane. Jeff Noe in second. Just under a second behind Jordan McGraw. About a second and a half behind. He's going to sit P3, Justin Anasagak. You can see he's just now coming out of turn 2. Meanwhile, our leaders are coming out of turn 4. I want to see it go green. Oh! We've talked about it. We've talked about it. Entry to pit lane is so difficult, but man, another fantastic save, this time by Forrest Smith as he makes his way into pit lane. It's always something that makes you nervous. It is a fine line. You have to absolutely nail it. You need that speed to make sure that you get all the lap time that you can going into pit lane, but also you don't want to get a speeding penalty or lose it going in. Jeff Noe looks like he's slowing up, perhaps making his way into pit lane. Here he comes around. We'll see how he makes his way in. Can he get it woed down in time? He's going to get a little loose. Holds on to it, though. Jordan McGraw, our new leader, 17 to go. Justin Anasagak, he is going to be our first driver that have gone in that's going to be leading the field. He will lead once Jordan McGraw makes his way down pit lane. 34 Texas Tech. He's talked about it with me, just not having a great season. Was hoping to have a great run tonight. We'll see if he's got to come in, where he will come out. Yeah, it's tough, Maddie. Justin, 12 seconds behind our leader, 16 to go. The next back is going to be Francis Hamilton. Absolutely amazing pit stop for him as he went in. Micah, we saw him in the top 3 coming into pit lane, and he is currently sitting 4th. Brendan Book 15 seconds behind, so about a second separates the top drivers. Jordan McGraw perhaps going in this time. I would assume he's usually, races like this, he's going to stay out as long as he can. And that is going to be the case here. "40-lap-old tires for Jordan McGraw. Justin went in. He's got 14-lap-old tires. How will that compare with Brendan Book, who's only got 9-lap-old tires? Justin Anasagok. Ah, man, 10.5 seconds behind our leader, who has not gone in yet. Still closing in. I can't imagine that Jordan will stay out here, but hey, you know what? You never know. If Justin does get this win here, though, it will be his first win this season and in SnB. He is our points leader, so that will give him a nice padding in the points. You can see right behind Justin is going to be Micah. He's going to have Francis Hamilton, who is just made past. Hamilton going to fall to 4th. Brendan Book just a little bit back, but Hamilton and Micah, they really have to work together to make their way up to Justin. You can see the distance between them, but Jordan McGraw still sitting just under 10 seconds ahead of P2. Polish, how are you? There's a lot of Justins, and there's a lot of Davids. I'll tell you that. Hawker Jerk, Brody, Wisdom, Allard, and McCann. 6 different winners. Yeah, that was from earlier on. Really surprised Jordan McGraw has not gone in, but man, he is going to take this all in while he can. All right, repeat. If you're still out there, do you think Jordan McGraw is going to come in? Or do you think he's going to stay out? I don't know that he's going to have enough fuel. I say he's going to have to come in, but we'll see. Justin Anasagok, just under 9 seconds now behind our leader. He will take the lead once Jordan, if he does go in, when he goes in. Just a few car lengths behind is going to be Micah. Let's go on board with Micah currently. That is the 4 machine of Justin Anasagok. These two are going to be battling for what will be the lead if Jordan McGraw goes into pit. If not, this will be the battle for P2. You're going to have another new winner once I get to Dega. Polish says, take a look. I thought Justin was going to say, you know what, take it over, but he says, no way. He's on that high side, has the momentum. He's going to hold on to it. Micah and Justin battling for that second spot. Our leader still out, incredibly enough. 10 to go at this point. Justin in second, Micah in third. You can see him directly behind Brendan Book in that white car. 5 machine, he's going to be P4. Francis Hamilton falls back another spot. Must have used up those tires just a little too much. Still sitting P5. If he can hold on to it, a great run for him. Jimmy Cocker 6th, Matthew Opliger 7th, Jose Ruiz makes his way into 8th. It's going to be side by side with Joe Berg. This is the battle for P8th. Andrew Sanford in 10th. This is crazy, you guys. If he stays out this entire time, he has almost 6.5 seconds ahead of Justin Anasagak. Polish, he is one to usually do that. Saves those tires, 9 to go. He's going to make it interesting for sure. I want to take a look at that stint if I can. 46 laps. Yeah, here he comes. Coming on down pit road. That's going to make Justin Anasagak the new leader here as Jordan makes his way into pit lane, enjoying that lead, grabbing a point. We'll see how far he falls down, but here we go. This is going to be the battle for the lead. Justin Anasagak, Micah battling for this lead with 8 to go. Micah, a nose out for him. Teammate Brendan Book, that's going to be Micah's teammate. We'll see if he's going to give him a little draft as he is on that inside lane. Let's go on board with Brendan Book as he is looking at this battle. Probably going to try to make this 3 wide, but these guys, oh man. 3 wide for the lead. 7 to go coming up right here. Back to 2 wide. Micah is in the lead. Not for long as these guys are going to battle it out, including his teammate in that 5 machine. Roy McGraw falls back to P17 after his pit stop, but after a start he had, not a bad time for him. That 31 car, Chuck Cody into the wall. That is not for position. The 5 gonna dive down low, trying to take that lead. Let's go on board with Brendan Book, currently in the lead. Five, 6 to go. Micah, you know these guys are having fun right now. Teammates talking back and forth, saying, you know what, I'm going for it all. Micah already has a win. Brendan Book does not have a win this season yet. He needs these points as he missed last week. We'll see if he can't get it done. Micah looks extremely strong in this long run. The tire situation, Micah 20-lap-old tires, Brendan Book 18, Justin Anasagak 23, the oldest out of the top 4. Too wide once again. Brendan Book gonna switch back into the lead. He started here. Will he finish? 61 takes a side-by-side. That high side with that draft and momentum. Micah, no help whatsoever on that inside. Extremely tight battle. Very, very tight up the track. Micah gonna be able to secure that lead. We'll see for how long, as these guys are known to go 2, 3 wide for the lead, for position. 4 to go, coming up to 3 next time by. Justin Anasagak taking a look on that inside, sending it. Not many laps to go. If you're going to do something, you got to do it now. Let's go on board with Justin. That 61 up high. Micah's teammate down low. You can see Justin really struggling with that car currently, coming off that exit. 3 to go this time. absolutely phenomenal race. Brendan Book, you're going to see some slide jobs. Brendan going to slide it back up. Will he be able to complete that? Will the 61 take it down low this time around? Here goes. 61 down low. The 5 car up high. This is for the lead, coming to 2 to go. Justin right behind. He's hoping to be in this mix. The 7 gonna take it down low, not to mess with these guys in their race, but here he is right in the middle of it. Brendan still in the lead, 2 to go. Let me know, who do you think is going to take this win home tonight? Brendan Book will be his first win of the season. Micah, if he takes it, it will be his second. Justin, if these two get crazy, he could take it home and get his first win of the season. Jimmy Cocker just under a second back. I'm not sure, but here we go. Coming up to the final lap. Brendan Book gonna lead. Going into the final lap, his teammate gonna take it down low. This is it. No more cautions. Whatever happens, happens. Teammates battling for C Motorsport for the win. Micah looking for a second win. Brendan for his first. Coming down the backstretch, Brendan looks very, very solid. We are now going to have a battle for second. That is going to help Brendan Book. Justin going to try to take over that second spot, but Brendan, he is going to have a free ride into the finish line here at Auto Club. He's going to take over that win. A huge, huge run for him. Starts the race as the leader. Justin Anasagot goes through the grass. Takes third. Brendan Book wins the race after starting pole. Finds his way back up to the lead, winning. Micah, his teammate, into second. Justin, third. Jimmy Cocker, fourth. Joe Berg rounding out the top 5. What a phenomenal race, you guys. Absolutely insane. Let's go ahead and get these drivers in here. Justin in third. We're going to get these guys in the booth. Brendan Book winning the race. Micah. Man, what a battle. Brendan Book making his way back to the start-finish line to do that celebratory burnout. We're going to see him burn it down right now. But man, starting on pole, finishing the race with a win. First win of the season. Brendan, how you feeling out there?
Feel pretty good, I think, right now. I'm really sweaty. That's for one. Probably the hardest, but also most conservative I've driven in a race at the same time. It's been a while, I think, since I won, at least 2 seasons ago. I don't know. At that second stage there, I thought I kind of lost something. The track felt like it got tighter to me, and I didn't really have the short. Muted my mic, and I didn't really have the short run speed. But and then that third stage, I think I kind of just took it easy. Kind of realized I had a really good long run car if I didn't just overdrive it, and then came back there at the end. Obviously, there was some hard racing there between those guys. Not sure what happened between them. I'm gonna let that be between those guys. I'm not gonna say nothing else, but just really good. Glad I can get this win finally.
Absolutely. I know victory is always sweet, and especially when it's your first time in the season, you punch your ticket into the round of 12. So a huge congratulations. I got to ask, though, you were battling it out with your teammate, Micah, for a little bit. Was the team communication absolutely silent, or were you guys just having fun out there, joking back and forth?
Me and him were pretty silent. Tom, on the other hand, kept asking if we were going to wreck each other. So, I mean, but no, I think
Fair
we raced
enough.
pretty good there. Thankfully, I'm sure if we weren't teammates, maybe it'd be a little bit harder racing, but I don't know, I was racing pretty hard. It felt like I wasn't going to go down without a fight.
Absolutely. Well, great win out there. Your first one of the season again. Congratulations. A fantastic run.
Thank you.
All right, Micah bringing home P2, our biggest mover of the night, up 24 spots. How did your race go? How'd you make your way up to the front?
I just tried to take care of it, move up through the pack there. I gained a handful of positions there early when that caution happened on the start. The tires were, like, I don't know, there was just a lot of tire spin for it being a 2-mile track. I think that surprised some people. Obviously not something that is very common to practice, but just took care of it and tried to be, consistent with, my throttle input, my steering, and this setup is so tight. I can't complain enough about this setup. It's not fun. I did not have fun other than the fact, it's a shake and bake race and they're always fun. But my hands are sore, my arms are sore. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just took care of it and got up to the front and was able to race Brendan there. That was pretty fun. Justin and I got together coming to the line there. I don't know. I won't say anything on it. I'll talk to him about it. Poopy and I, well, I called him Poopy, but that's his nickname. We've known each other for a long time. I understand his perspective on it, but we'll talk about it. I won't say anything bad about Justin. He's a good dude. We always have a lot of fun out here, just hard racing and fighting for everything we can getting into the playoffs.
Absolutely. Well, great finish, a great race for you guys. I know you didn't have fun, but man, oh man, from the booth, it was a blast. So huge congratulations. Had a solid season so far. And tonight, as much fun as it wasn't, gaining 24 spots is insane. So just huge congratulations tonight.
Yeah, thank you. I'm glad we could put on a show for everybody that's watching. You guys bust your butts for us, and we all appreciate that. So thank you for what you guys do. Thank you to the fans, everybody watching. NitroRacing.com. Go get your setups.
There you have it. All right, Justin Anisagok finishing out the race in third. I'm showing the replay right now what happened with you guys. Take us through your race. And you started out very strong. You ended strong. What happened?
Just tight race car all night. And the second stage was a little bit better for some reason, and then it just went back tight. I tried short pitting them, and I was hoping the tires would even out a little bit more, a lot quicker than it did, but still a solid third. And man, I really wanted to win, but congrats to Brendan. And we had a whole bunch of hard, clean racing up front tonight.
Yeah, I'll say that racing was so fun to watch, and watching this replay, it looks like a little bit, I hate to say it, but yeah, a little bit of net code, but just extremely tight racing coming to the line, and that would have been a very, very close finish between the two, but you still got third in that and almost exactly where you started, just down a spot. So it's always great watching you race out there. You're extremely fast, very competitive. The points leader. So we'll see how it comes out after this race. But man, fun race to watch.
Yeah, if it was netcode, then that's an iRacing thing. We can't do anything about it. So no hard feelings if it's netcode, or not. It's last lap coming out of 4, racing real hard for second, and we'll try to go get them next week.
Absolutely. All right, you guys, that is it from us tonight here at Auto Club. 94 laps, always action-packed. We appreciate you guys tuning in. Next week, we will be at the Glen. Always a fun race, always a challenge to some of these drivers that don't necessarily like to do road courses, so I can't wait. Jungle, I see you out there. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it, and thank you for being race control. You guys are awesome, you and Brian. And Matt for helping out. But we will see you guys next week. Same time, same day, Monday night at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time. Take it easy, guys.